So anyway, I would like to welcome our guest speakers, if I may. Harry Berkheimer, who is our World War II veteran, and I was to meet him for the first time. He's currently writing a book, which I understand he still has not finished, but he is supposed to get finished because his wife is nagging him, his kids are nagging him, everybody's nagging him. He's got to get the book finished, right? And we will be gladly selling that book here, and you, of course, will be able to buy it and make him a fortune, and everything will be good. So, Harry's story, very briefly, he's going to tell you his own story.
An unknown captain came into our muddy camp and asked for volunteers. I was right there, raising my hand. And the captain took what volunteers he found there and loaded us up in a truck. We found ourselves on a 2.5-ton truck heading down the west coast of England. This duty was to be security on some very secretive. In traveling down the west coast of England, we picked up with a large convoy, and we were drawn into this convoy and ended up in a seaport, which I didn't know, in southern England. Early next morning, they rousted out when it was still dark outside, and led us out to a landing craft where supposedly our equipment was loaded. Well, after we were loaded, we were handed some little, what they call barf bags. And we filled these in short order because of the motion. Finally, one of the men thought he spotted the cliffs in the distance. And it was the Normandy cliffs. And suddenly one of the men pointed out, he says, "Oh my God." And 2 German aircraft came zooming over the bluffs and over our landing craft. Our people were firing at the aircraft, but no fire from their aircraft. We were still adrift and without any action as far as the planes went. Finally, we got to the point where the captain who was on that landing craft said that he told the men, you know, we're not going anywhere. We're just sitting dripping around out there in the channel. He says, "Get to shore the best way you can." And I said, "Every man for himself." So one of the men who was a pretty daring, venturesome character was watching. There's wreckage all over the place, and wreckage would bang up against our landing craft, and he must have been timing all this and studying this. Or at a point, he finally went over the side and onto a piece of the wreckage. And I watched. He went from one piece of wreckage to another piece, leaping from one piece of wreckage to another. And I thought, well, if he can do that, I can do it. And so over the side I went, and I tried. I waited until the wreckage banged against our landing craft. I leaped over, and things were going pretty well. And I lost track of him. Meanwhile, I was losing all my equipment, my helmet, and everything I had. I waited until the pieces of wreckage banged together, and I would leap across. Eventually, there were 4 of us there on the beach, and trying to hide behind a beach obstacle, which wasn't much protection at all. We were crouched there, and it seemed like the firing on the beach had moved to our right. It wasn't as heavy there where we were, and we clung there until finally we heard a voice behind us saying, "Is anybody hit?" And we looked around. There was a sergeant with a big red one shoulder patch. And we shook our heads no, and he said, well, you guys can't stay here on the beach. He says, get your asses up that draw and join them troops up on top. So that's what we needed, is some direction, somebody telling us what to do, and we did it. I was a track star in high school, so I made it across that sand to that, well, I call it a ditch, but they call it a draw. A ditch that was worn into the soil down to the beach. As I got up there, some corporal grabbed me by the arm and he says, come here. So, yeah, I don't have any weapons, I don't have anything. So he made sure, he took me into the bushes, and I had a helmet and a rifle and ammunition, no time at all. He says, all right, now follow me and do what I tell you. And I did. I think that man saved my life, because I had no idea what to do, where to go, or, you know. So that corporal took me in hand, and I think he helped me become a soldier there on the top of that bluff.